Once again, welcome to today's production. This is free electricity channel, and I'm very happy for your comments and also for your criticism. But I know that the more you criticize, the more I'm motivated to do better. There is no quality without criticism, and I want to assure you I will keep to what you said. Many of you have been advising about my accent, and I want to tell you I'm going to improve on the speech aspect, and I'm also going to include the text in every video I made, as I promised on some of you in the response. Today I'm going to look at a very important aspect which many are also asking for me to do. I'm going to talk about a practical aspect of how capacity free energy generator with multiple flywheel is made. That is how high capacity free energy generator with multiple flywheel is made. You know, there is the important role flywheel play in a free energy system, and that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you the importance of one of the production, which it will be of immense benefit. For instance, this is generator, and this is flywheel, and this is a joint system. Now, this flywheel, as you are aware, store kinetic energy, and is very important in the role concerning this generator. For the generator to produce a full capacity and stable electricity, the flywheel must be able to turn in a very stable way. Now let's see this production.
Small flywheel, large flywheel 400 kg. Motor.
This is electric motor, induction motor. Now you can see that it's turning based on the connection. This motor, induction motor, receive power from the generator that is there. The connection here is a joint, as you can see, is joint here, and this is flywheel, which is storing the energy. And you know that flywheel has the capacity to run in a very high speed. I cannot be stopped immediately. You can see now this is the speed ratio is increasing. You can see the joint here, as here, and this is another flywheel. All these are joined using bearings, and the bearings are here, are stored and fixed here. And this is the generator, and the generator now, this cable generator is also interlinked to this induction motor, electric motor. So you can now see the ratio at which these two devices communicated. Now, if you want to have this high speed generator, you must be able to have a generator, and this is the welding. This welding is high capacity welding. This also helps to run this. Now see it now. These machines are all run by the generator, and this welding, which is carried out now, is also carried out by the generator, because the capacity production rate is very high. This is an industrial machine. It cannot be possible to run if this generator that is here is not high. To tell you, the flywheel contributed. Ordinarily, if this machine is on and the welding man is also working, then there is a reduction in the electricity aspect. So, but now, as you can see, there's no reduction, the welding is going on, and then the storage machine is also on its own production, but still the voltage system is still very high. Now let's continue. It's still on. This is the cable. And with the invention mode today is to see the voltage from it, because one of this cable now is named on this invention mode too. So therefore it does not affect the motor. Now I'm going to show you how this is possible. How can you produce this kind of system? How do you design it? How do you produce it? I'm going to explain how this can be done. Let's go ahead. Before I go ahead, a wheel that takes a lot of force to spin around. It might be a large diameter wheel with spool and a very heavy metal rim, or it could be a small diameter cylinder made of like a carbon fiber composite. Now a flywheel needs a lot of force to start it off. Take a note of it. A flywheel needs a lot of force to start it off. So if the flywheel does not receive a good energy, it cannot be able to start. So it needs a lot of effort to stop it. That is where the kinetic energy comes in there. When the flywheel is on a maximum speed, you can't just stop it like that. Even if you switch off the induction motor, the flywheel will still be on turn. Many of you have been in this production, you know what I'm talking about. If some of you are producing using flywheel, you understand what I'm talking about. When the flywheel is on a speed, you need a high force for you to stop it. Just the same way, before the flywheel can kickstart, you also need a very high voltage to kickstart. So these two things work together. It needs a very high voltage to start and also to stop taking of it. As a result, when it is spinning at a high speed, it tends to keep on, which means it can store a great deal of kinetic energy. Now look at where some of you ask questions about flywheel. You say, how is free energy possible? Free energy is possible because of this flywheel. Apart from the way you can connect it to the induction motor, when the flywheel is on, the flywheel is stored great deal of kinetic energy. Now look at where movement is. It's not that you store the energy like electric or like voltage. No, it does not store the energy on voltage. Look at what I'm talking about. Maybe you see it now. Let me go back again here. Now if you observe now, see the energy stored now. See, this is the kinetic energy now. The energy is in form of what? Of movement. It's not that the energy is stored on inside the flywheel now. What it means that even if you cut off or you disconnect this immediately, the flywheel can still be on turn, and that means that the generator can still be producing. So when the flywheel is on a high speed as it is now, and you disconnect the electric motor, it does not affect the production rate of the generator, because it is always stored the movement by what I mean by the stored now. Now if we go back now to this aspect now you observe that it store the energy in form of movement, which is like kinetic energy in form of movement, not electric energy, but energy in form of movement. And the energy in form of movement is now helps to turn the generator, which we have seen there, to produce the light required. That is where the free energy make it possible. Because many of you are asking, how is it possible for you to have a free energy? Where do you get your source of power? And what happens when it switch off? These are the things you want to know about us now. Now, there are different types of flywheel. Flywheel come in all shapes and sizes. Modern flywheels are a bit different from the one were popular during the Industrial Revolution. Instead of wide and heavy steel wheels with even heavier steel rims, 21st century flywheels tend to be more compact and made from carbon fibers or composite material, sometimes with steering, which work out perhaps a quarter as heavy. Now let's show you about what I mean by steerings. This is the steerings. This is steer. Now if you want to compare this steer to this one now, to this one you see here, you know that this is heavier. This is heavier than what you see here. These steerings here are lighter, just like using a bicycle wheel. I use a bicycle wheel. Bicycle wheel is a steering, so it's lighter, but it's also moving the energy in a very high speed because it's with it. So this is what we're talking about here. This one you see here is an old flywheel system. While what you see here, which is doing this generator, is a new flywheel system. Taking of the two. Now let me continue to what you see. Now how do you know about a 40 flywheel system? Now there are different signs for you to know when a flywheel is 40. One, look at the bearings. This is the bearings. When the bearings crash, the flywheel cannot turn smoothly because most of the flywheels is fixed on bearings. So what you see now here, there's a bearings here, and there's a rod that connects this flywheel to the bearings, this generator. That is why you see this thing. Wait, look at how it is now. Right, is now. You can also see it here. This is the bearings, this is a bearings, and this is a rod that link these two. Now, this is a flywheel now. So the flywheel is turns, but the bearings is also being linked. That's where you see it. I say when the bearings scatter, then you say it now. Then say, look what I'm talking about. I say the burn smell. One of the signs of bad flywheel is a burning smell, like that of burnt toast from a bearing, which leads to a scattering of the little round ions, which lead to those little ions are inside the bearings. But this is the bearings, and the bearings has little ions inside. So when they scatter, that is where the flywheel is turned to be 40. Now look at this area of now, this area. How do you form this system? How did you make the system? If you want to form the system, how do you do it? First of all, you will need a system. This is an iron. You can use a smaller iron. Not necessarily this big irons because of the cost. Because as one of my brother